How's it? Today's Wednesday, March 24th, and I'm 2 weeks out. This is just a clean jerk day. It's kind of following that simple 2 easy days during the week and 2 hard days during the week. This is an easier day. So just 110 for a couple sets of 1+1. It says 5 here, but I actually ended up ending doing 4 sets of 5, or 4 sets of 1. Sorry. And then the clean RDLs, I also ended up just doing 110 for 3 sets of 3. It was just a little too heavy when I started that 110 as sort of my warm-up set after the cleans. It was just too heavy, so I stuck with the 110. There's no sense in pushing a little bit too hard here. So it is what I did. As far as the cleans went today, my upper back didn't feel really any pain, so that's a huge positive that I haven't been able to say for the last year and a half, since before the 2020 University Nationals. So yeah, I'm happy about that. Again, it is a little bit lighter weight, so it's not expected to be super painful, but there are some times when cleaning 80 felt sort of painful. As far as the sort of technique things that I was working on today, I was starting with my back position, my hips a little bit higher than I normally do. You see there that I don't get to the bottom of like a sort of my hips between my ankles. That's typically what I've been starting for the last 3 or 4 years, but something happened on Monday that kind of led me to sort of explore starting with my hips a little bit higher on the snatch, and it felt a lot easier, it felt a lot more consistent, and it felt like my snatches technically were really solid on Monday. So I figured if I am feeling like that from a small change like that on the snatch, maybe I could do something similar for the cleans today. And for the most part, it did feel a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but it felt a little less out as far as like technique, quote unquote, being out means. But yeah, here's my first set at 110. Ordinarily, that would have hurt my upper back quite a bit. But again, like I said, there's not too much pain today, if at all. I don't know, like the weights themselves sort of during the lift are not, they don't move like they're heavy, but they feel like they're heavy. And I, in light of that, I honestly don't know where I'm going to be opening up at for the meet on 2 Sundays or 2 Saturdays from now. I guess not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So yeah, I mean, if I open at 9110, then that might be where I open at. We'll see. So this is probably the best clean jerk I did for the whole time, for the whole day. Like yeah, pretty easy. Um, so I mentioned earlier that I was gonna do Romanian deadlifts at 120, but I started warming up at 110 here, so I did this first set, and that was supposed to be sort of the warm up, right? But it was too heavy, and I figured, okay, I'm not gonna push too far beyond that. So that's what I did. Um, yeah, not too much else to say. The cleans were easy and hard, you know, easy for different reasons, and they were hard. Overall, I think that I'm sort of progressing the way I wish I was for the last 6 months or so. It feels like, in spite of me working a lot more than I was a couple weeks ago, I'm still progressing. Um, these sort of Wednesday workouts are always laborious because it's the one workout that is in the morning that I don't actually um, like. So on Fridays I do lift in the morning, but those are I'm doing snatches and clean and jerks. But clean and jerks lately have been kind of difficult, right? Because of my upper back, and so kind of thinking about like mentally preparing for Wednesdays is always a little bit tedious for me because I expect to be in some amount of pain, and I don't like that. So it's a little bit harder for me to be prepared mentally. But overall today was all right. That's it. Thank you for watching. Shoots.